So we were talking about. I'm pretty curious. Are you pro porg or anti porg?
Oh, I'm definitely pro porg.
Pro porg. But if we were going for the old roast porg, how are you? What condiments are you having? Are you glazing it? Are you having mustard? Are you having? I don't know. I haven't really decided about mine.
I'm thinking that it probably goes really well with sweet chili sauce.
Oh, you're going Oriental. A nice bit of spice. It's nice.
Yeah, nice bit of spicy porg.
I like that. I like that idea. I like that idea. I don't think Wookiees like spice, do they? I don't know.
Probably not.
Be a bad idea if you were Wookiee and you had diarrhea, wouldn't you? It'd be a bit messy, wouldn't it? I reckon.
Oh, horrendous.
Awful.
I'm Salacious Rum. Remember to make love, not war, because time does follow us. Yes, time does follow us. Yes, time does follow us. I'm a monkey lizard, I'm a monkey lizard, and I love to make love that warm. Unless it's Star Wars, but that ain't a proper war. It is a proper war in your dimension, yes, Salacious. I'm a monkey lizard, I'm a monkey lizard, and I love to make love that warm. Unless it's Star Wars, but that ain't a proper war. It is a proper war in your dimension, yes, Salacious. Don't forget what it takes to be a human being, but I'm not a human. I'm a monkey lizard. And don't forget, monkey lizards have feelings, because time does follow us.
Yeah. It does follow us, doesn't it, old Nez? It follows us time. We're getting on a bit now, aren't we? Us, we've been around the block.
I'm definitely getting on a bit.
I've got a few ailments myself, Nez, to be totally honest with you. Got a few aches and pains,
All comes with age, mate.
It does, doesn't it? To be honest, I have to have a whole routine when I wake up applying my various creams and lotions. So,
I'm not quite there yet.
No. Well, I did have one incident with koala bears in Australia, and I've still got a rash from that. So.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate.
Oh no, just be warned. Just be warned. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my show, Monkey Lizard Hangout. Yay! Bob, are you here? I am here, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wagwan. I am your host, Bob Rum, and I apologize, Mr. Nez. He insists on being introduced first every week. I know it's rude. This is the way of the Monkey Lizard. He is a DJ, a producer, a toy and video game collector, an average jester, an incredible lover. That's right. I'm very good at loving, Nez. It's well known across all the systems. I'm an excellent lover. My pheromones are, I'm like Prince Zizor. God, my pheromones affect people. So
Impressive.
yeah. He is also the director of the Monkey Lizard Register and the leader of the Monkey Lizard Army, Salacious Rum. That's right. I got my army. That's right. But I'm very much looking forward to this evening, Bob. Very much looking forward to this evening because I've been following our guest for quite a while now. Who have we got, Bob? Who have we got? Well, our special guest needs little introduction. He is, without a doubt, a Star Wars superfan, what we call an OG fan and collector who's very well known in our community. A content creator that has been there and done it on YouTube with his beers and banter program. And he is now very, very well followed on TikTok. And you're amassing some really impressive views over there, showing off your collection. So we'll get into that today. Here in the Monkey Lizard Lair, for the first time, grab a beer and let's have some banter with Nez, aka NEZFLIX. Yay!
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to my lair. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, I've got lots and lots of questions for you. But before we get into the questions, it's a bit of a tradition that I have to welcome in my army into the chat. So if Bob calls them out, will you help me greet them in?
Yeah.
Bob, who we got? Okay, let's have a look. See who we've got joining us this evening. We have Spencer, aka Giblin the Goblin. Hi, Spencer. Very nice. Good to see you.
Hello.
Hello, Spence. Good to see you. We have the Excelsior's Domain. Mr. Excelsior.
Hello.
Very nice. Our War Chief, Lack Sivrak. Lack.
Sidrak.
Yeah, Lack Sivrak. Yeah. We have from the APC, the APD. That's right. Yeah. He's all right. I mean, he's all right, Nick. You know, he's got a channel. It's pretty average though, Nez. To be honest, his channel.
Right.
Right. There ain't really much going on over there. To be totally honest. A bit average as old Nick. A bit like you, Bob. Thanks, Salacious. Appreciate that. We have Vader's girl. Yeah, Lady Catherine. Lady Catherine's one of my special lady friends, Nez.
Ah, good.
Yeah. From my harem. So she's a bit of a handful, though. To be honest, Nez, she's a bit of a handful. You know.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. Yeah, true. That's true. From Dublin, Mr. Gerard. Yeah, Gerard.
Hello.
Good to see you, Mr. Gerard. Who else have we got? The General, Jumpy McClunky. Oh, Jumpy.
Probably the best name so far.
Yeah, he's a good Yorkshireman, Mr. Jumpy. He's one of my generals and from my army. He's a good lad, Mr. Jumpy. Very good. Lack, you're right. I am an incredible lover. It's known. We know this. Oh, Excelsior has spotted a Palatoid Death Star. I haven't. Is that it up there? And the Thunderbird 3. There we go. There you go.
Just there.
Nothing gets past Excelsior. He's got beady little eyes.
And yeah, there is indeed. Well, there are actually several Thunderbird 3s, but maybe only one in shot. In the Star Wars room, I've got one cabinet of non-Star Wars toys, and they're all 60s toys from when I was a kid.
Oh. Well, I've been following your collection, and you got some cracking stuff. So we'll tell you how you can follow Nez in a second, because you're gonna want to follow him if you're not already. Pod Racing Palpatine, yeah. The Emperor.
Big man.
Yeah. Okay, you know, the one behind it all, the one that's responsible for everything, because all Palps. Yeah. Gotta watch him. Rolando's here. Rolando. This is my special executive assistant, Nez GeForce from North Carolina.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I won't get too excited. He don't really do much.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit of a slacker, to be honest. You know. Mr. B's here though. Mr. B.
Mr. B.
The granddaddy of our army. Granddaddy. Right. Should we get into the first section?
Absolutely. Ready when you are.
Bob! First section. First section coming up.
We want to get to know you, but not in a pervy way. We want to get to know you, but not in a dirty way. We want to get to know you, not in a pervy way. We want to get to know you, not in a dirty way.
That's right. That was Freddie Num, the director of antiquities at KoWaK Museum, and Pilly Yum Yum, the monkey lizard. So be careful if you ever come across Pilly Yum Yum. Lots of riddled with diseases, to be honest. So yeah, he often asks people if they're up for deworming him, but I wouldn't recommend it. So,
No, it doesn't sound pleasant.
no, not great, not great. Okay, so let's get to the first question. Mr. Nez, first of all, I have been learning about how people greet each other in different places. In New Zealand, Darth Rock told me they do the nose rub. But in Limerick, Brian's action figures told me they punch each other in the face, ride around on horses, and then they have a kebab. Can you please tell everyone in the army where you are from and how people greet each other in your place?
Well, I'm from a very small place called Rishton that no one's ever heard of. It's a small village in Lancashire, and it sits between Blackburn and Accrington. So we greet each other by smacking each other in the face with a big wet piece of tripe.
I bet people don't even know what tripe is. What the hell's tripe? They're saying. What's tripe?
It's a cow's stomach.
Oh! You're gonna you're putting me off my pork.
It's lovely with some salt and vinegar.
Oh. Anyone out there ever had any tripe? Anyone had any tripe? I bet Lax had tripe. Anyone had any tripe? Let us know if you've had tripe, if you're pro tripe or not. All right. Well, Accrington. There used to be a funny advert on English TV about Accrington, Stanley.
The milk advert, yeah.
Yeah. Who were they? Exactly. That's how
Yeah.
used to go. Yeah. Right then. How would you like to be called? Nez, Mr. Nez, Loch Nez, Nez, Mr. Nez, NEZFLIX, NEZFLIX 3000, NEZFLIX 3163, Mr. NEZFLIX. Nez, don't you ever think about flicking something? Don't you think about flicking something at me?
Well, my actual name is Neil, but most people for years and years and years have just called me Nez. So it's up to you.
All right, Nez. Nez, see it? Nez, that works. We're happy with that. That'll do. Yeah. What's Rhoda saying? Tripe is menudo, yummy. Oh, menudo. Okay. Menudo. You ever heard of it? Menudo? Must be the Spanish back or something. No. G4 says, do you always have tripe on you in the person?
No, not really.
No.
No,
you don't carry around in your back pocket.
It'd be too smelly.
Yeah, stinky. BOE's here. The Black Dot Ewoks is here. BOE.
Well, yeah.
Good to see you, BOE. Good old BOE. Mr. B says, my dad tried getting me to try tripe when I was a kid. No friggin' way, thank you. He's not up for it. He's not up for it. Bob, next question. So then there's, how long have you been a Star Wars fan? And what is it about Star Wars that you like? Obviously, apart from that really good-looking Palace Jester in Return of the Jedi, that's a given.
Well, obviously, that's a given.
Yeah.
I'm going to give away my age now. I was 17 when Star Wars came out.
Whoa.
And I remember rushing home from work, getting showered, and Star Wars wasn't on at all towns and cities when it was first released in the UK. So my choice was to either watch it in Manchester, which is, maybe 30 minutes from here, or Blackpool, which is also 30 minutes from here. And I chose Blackpool because I thought I can get some nice fresh fish and chips afterwards. So I drove to Blackpool, watched it on the big screen there in the big Odeon. And I was just absolutely blown away. Absolutely blown away. I had never seen anything like it before. And, you know, I remember as a 17-year-old boy, when I should have been thinking about other things that 17-year-old boys think about, I just could not get to sleep that night for thinking how brilliant this movie was.
Yeah.
The next weekend, the next Friday, I was coming home from work, and I walked past a toy store that it isn't actually there anymore, and I saw in the window this figure of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it just made me laugh so hard that someone had made a doll or action figure, as we now call them, of Alec Guinness, and I just went in and bought it because it was so funny. And then the next time I was passing, there was R2-D2, and you get the rest, you know, 40 odd years later, on several £1,000 lighter. I've got a huge Star Wars collection. But, you know, I like all aspects of Star Wars. I like the collecting, obviously, because that's my thing. But I love going to, you know, Celebration, meeting like-minded people. Yeah. I just love everything about Star Wars, really.
Scott, welcome, Scott 3D. Thank you for joining us. He says, had you seen the trailer before you saw it in the theatre?
Yes. There was quite a big amount of hype around this film. I can't remember what other film that I saw that had the trailer, but I did see the trailer. And then there were lots of kind of, because obviously it came out in the States before it came out over here. So there were lots of reports in the newspapers about this film and the whole thing that was happening, all the hype around it and everything, which I cut out, and I've still got in some scrapbooks. So yeah, I guess I was part of the hype, and I read the paperback adaptation before I saw the film.
Now, what was the closest movie, the closest kind of experience of a movie before Star Wars? Because there were other sci-fi, weren't there, before? But what was the closest thing? Can you remember? Because I've often wondered before that, like in the 70s and out, what was the...
Probably not a movie, but and we've touched on this here. The TV program Thunderbirds, when I was a kid in the 60s, was just amazing. That was really, really fantastic. And I remember, you know, my mum buying me the 60s toys, which are not in shop. They're a bit lower down. The one you can see there is a 90s version, but I do have some of the 60s ones.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good. That's good. That's good. Pete's joined us, by the way. Oh, Pete, our pirate. Good to see you,
Hello, Pete.
Good to see you, Pete. Now, Mr. Nez, I was wondering, what is your favourite episode? What's your favourite episode in the documentary series Star Wars, and why is it most likely to be Return of the Jedi?
Well, bit of a loaded question, that, I have to say, because it's not Return. Rather controversially, it's The Last Jedi.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Well, that's a curveball. Wasn't expecting that one. All right, okay.
I mean,
why? But tell us why.
It's arguable that everybody's favourite should be A New Hope, the one we now call A New Hope, because without that, we wouldn't have any of the others. I just really, really appreciated what Rian Johnson was trying to do. And the cinematography is the best of any of the films. It's really, really beautiful to look at.
That's true. I like the clones. I like the scene where she sees herself 100,000 times in the cave.
Yeah, it's probably one of my least favorite bits. But I think he was trying to do something with the, to mirror the cave sequence from Empire Strikes Back. I love the bit where Paige is trying to kick the doohickey off the top of the ladders in the bomber, so she can drop the payload, whilst you've got these shots of Captain Kennedy, screaming fire, fire, and Poe screaming, bombs, drop the bombs. I think that sequence is probably one of the best sequences in a movie, never mind a Star Wars movie.
It definitely harkens back to those, like George Lucas, like he used some of the like the shots from like Dam Busters and Battle of Britain, didn't he, to mimic, like the X-Wings and stuff. It definitely has that kind of old school war vibe, didn't it, with the bombers and the and the bombs, and it definitely had that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it has its weak moments, like all the other films do. But generally speaking, I really, really love to watch that film.
BOE says Space 1999 and Star Trek were influential for him before Star Wars came out. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm not a Star Trek fan,
but I can see that.
Yeah. Who are your favorite alien and human characters in Star Wars, and what?
Well, that's a great question. That'll probably change each and every time you ask me, but I really like the character of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Probably because he's got one of the longest arcs. He goes through 6 movies.
Yeah.
I think Obi-Wan is a great character with a lot of dimensions to him. Non-human, well, it's probably a toss-up between your good self and Chewbacca.
Chewie's good. Chewie's good. My pappy is Crumb. That's my pappy, B Crumb. He's like, people think that Jabba was like the brains behind the operation, but it was B Crumb, really, to be honest. Nez, he had it, he was pulling all the strings, really, to be honest, or B Crumb. So,
and obviously, I think I would need to give, and I'm just going to pick this up, an honourable mention to that guy.
I can't see it. Is that Jar Jar? Is that Jar Jar?
I think Jar Jar is a great character.
What do you think of the Darth Jar Jar theory, Nez?
No, I'm not having it.
He's not having it.
No, he was just a feckless idiot.
Right. Yeah, a bit like Zombie Hunter here. Bit like old Zombie's here. He's a little bit like that. Zombie. Geek Strong's here as well. Dino, he's here. Good to see you, Dino. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Right. If you were in the hit documentary series Star Wars, would you be a Jedi, a Sith, a bounty hunter, a smuggler, or something else? What would you be, and what would your name be?
I can tell you what my name would be. My name would be Leon Yesiville.
Oh, okay.
And anybody who knows me can try and figure that out. Leon Yesiville, and I would probably, although I'm much too old to do the job now, I think it'd be very, very cool to be a bounty hunter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll be good. Very good. What kind of bounty hunter do you reckon? Would you wear a helmet, or would you go, or would you be a
Yeah, I
Mandalorian?
think you've got to have a cool helmet.
Yeah, you got to have the whole shebang, ain't you?
Yeah.
The whole shebang.
Yeah, helmet, armor, several different blasters, and a really cool ship.
What ship would you have? That's one of my other questions. If you have any ship or vehicle, what would you have?
I think the Outrider is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. From Shadows of the Empire. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Render. It's a good one. I like that one. Yeah, I like that. Very nice, yeah. Yeah, it's got the old gyro thing on it, hasn't it? The old Outrider as well. We've got the old, the old in-out. Very nice. See, Palpus disagrees with you. He says Jar Jar was his greatest apprentice. Disagrees, yeah. Yeah, the Outrider. That's good. Right, what about if you did have force powers? What would you could still have, because was it Pre-Vizsla, or what of them? One of them bounty hunter Mandos had force powers, didn't he? You could still have force powers. What would your force powers be if you did have it? If you had one, and would you use it to help me sneak into the changing rooms of supermodel Helena Christensen?
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
I would definitely help you do that.
Yeah.
And that's probably how I would use it, to remove people's clothes.
Yeah. That's great. That's a good one. I like that. G-Force reckons you've got a bit of a resemblance to one of the Lars. To one of the Lars from the Lars. You could that would be good. You could do a good Lars cosplay, I reckon. That would be a good one.
Well, I'll tell you a story now. You won't believe this looking at me now, now that I'm in my 60s, but I was mistaken at the premiere of Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
For Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
People actually, because I had a dinner suit on. It was a black tie event, and people came up to me and asked me for my autograph, and they actually thought I was Mark Hamill.
Well, I hope you took advantage of that, because I definitely would.
No, I didn't. I just politely explained that I wasn't who they thought I was.
You're too honest, Mr. Nez. You're too honest. I'd have ridden that as long as I could have. Definitely would have. Gary's Grails is with us. Can we say hello to Gary? Hello, Gary.
Hello, Gary.
Good old Gary. I've lost his. He's here. He's here somewhere. He's here, old Gary. Good old Gary. Right, if you could have Rumpy Pumpy with any Star Wars alien character, which one would you pick and why?
It has to be an alien character, right?
Well, I mean,
Well, if it has to be an alien character, it would definitely be. I think she's called Ristal Sant.
Oh.
She's one of Jabba's dancers.
Yeah.
The one with the flame red hair.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like, we could double date. You could go with her, and I could take Ula out.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Mr. Blobby's bagging Yana Delgargan. So,
Well, he's very welcome.
Yeah. yeah. Right then, seeing as though you're a fan of Last Jedi as well, how would you like your blue milk? Do you prefer it served in the bottle like Aunt Beru serves it up, or would you prefer to go direct from the teat like Luke Skywalker does with the phallus iron?
No, I think it has to be chilled and in a glass.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can understand that, but you're kind of missing out on the whole experience, But it's a bit lumpier when you go direct from the teat.
I'm sure, yeah.
And you do run the risk of getting the old nipple hair stuck in your teeth as well sometimes.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Speaking of Yana Delgargan, if you did get the opportunity to have a little woohoo, which one would you go for? top left, top middle, top right, middle left, middle right, bottom left, bottom middle, or bottom right.
Well, you've got 2 hands, so probably just start at the bottom and work my way up.
He's very methodical, everyone. Very, very methodical. I like that. Got to cover all the ground. I like that. Very methodical. Very methodical. Good answer. Good answer. Look at that Star Wars room. We'll talk about toys in a minute. I like that. Very nice. Good answer. Good answer. All right, what's Dino saying? He's never been he's been mistaken for who? Milton Berle from the movie Saturday Night. Never heard of it.
No.
Right. Oh, John McGuire. Is John McGuire here? John McGuire, good to see you.
Hello, John.
He's a good friend, John. He's a good lad. Some nice people in here tonight, Nez. Coming to see you. Some very nice people. Very nice people.
Very flattered.
Well, there's a couple of dodgy ones, to be honest. A couple of them are a bit dodgy.
Well, there's me for a start.
Oh, you're an esteemed guest, Nez. Very esteemed guest. Very happy to have you. Now, what has been your favourite TV series so far? And which one have you liked the least? And why?
I really like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh,
I really, really liked it. I thought Skeleton Crew was excellent. So that would come in at a close second, I think.
Oh.
If not equal billing with Obi-Wan. And the one I like least is very easy for me, Andor.
Yeah, that's like some people really love it, don't they? It's got like the people that love it really love it, and the people that don't like it are like, you know. So it's a real hot and cold one, Andor.
It really is, and for me, there are episodes where literally nothing happens.
Yeah,
there's no character development, and there's no story development, and literally nothing happens. You know, and all that stuff in the prison where these guys are making this thing, and you're like, do I really care what it is that they're making? And then when you kind of get the so-called payoff at the end where you find out what it is, I was like, well, I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
And you know, like one way out, one way out, one way out, I can't swim. Just seemed so pointless. However, all of that said, I do appreciate the all of the content that we're getting.
Yeah.
I love that. And I love the fact that the way I look at it is when you go into a restaurant and you pick up the menu, there will be some things on that menu that you like and some things that you don't like. Eat the stuff you like. And so I watch the stuff that I like with the Star Wars shows and some stuff I haven't rewatched. You know, I did actually, because as you say, so many people love Andor, I tried to rewatch it and I got to like episode 3 and I was like, nah, it's just not for me. I think season 2 might be different. I think it might be a lot better.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get. I think the you know, we're gonna see how we met K2SO. I think, aren't we? So that'll be fun. Nice,
yeah, and Krennic's back.
Krennic. So, but yeah, interesting where they go with it. Really, I'm not really sure how much they've got to mine there, really, because we kind of know what happens in Rogue One, but we'll see. No, very looking forward to it. It's out this year, isn't it? That I think it's coming out this year.
I think it is. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't premiere the first 2 episodes at Celebration.
Oh, are you going? That's in Japan. I'd love to go. That's a bit far though. That for me. I went to London. That was good, but I don't know if they'd let me in Japan. To be honest.
Why?
Well, you know, I mean, I don't know whether they. I don't know. I might have done some. I might have done something once.
Yes. To answer your question, yes, I will be going.
Yeah.
I actually think the one I was first of all, I'll say that I was very surprised that it was back in Japan, because the last time it was there, they lost money.
Oh,
Repop.
Oh.
But no, I'm very excited to go to Japan. I have to say, I think the ones that are in the States or abroad, you know, Germany, Japan, whatever.
Yeah.
I think they're better than the UK ones.
Do you reckon they'd let me in? Do you reckon they're pro monkey lizard in Japan? I don't know. I like to go there, but I don't know if they'd let me in or not.
There's a fair chance they might try and eat you, but I would suspect they
Well,
would let you in.
Right, as long as I don't get eaten, I suppose it's a bit of quite an important item, really. That, so we'd have to establish that. But yeah, but the London one was I don't like the queuing. There's too much queuing for me. I don't like the queuing. I'll get frustrated, then I get angry, and then I'll get all grumpy.
Yeah, there is a lot of queuing. You're right.
Yeah. So we might have bumped into each other in London. We might have bumped into each other then.
We may have. We may very.
So right, if you could make a Star Wars TV series, what would the focus or the story be?
Ooh, that's a really good question that I've never really given much thought to. Probably, I would. I'm not a fan of the Book of Boba Fett.
No.
What I hoped it would be similar to Mando, where you know, he's still a bounty hunter, and that each episode would be him tracking down and capturing or killing his bounty, and so I think probably I would do something along that lines. Maybe, you know, pre Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett, where he's still a bounty hunter, and have these stories where where you find out how he tracks his bounties and how he captures them.
Yeah, like bounty hunter, like trade, like skills, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made him a bit too. He was a bit too soft in the end. Boba Fett, like he lost his edge a little bit. He was supposed to be badass, and he was still cool. Like I did like the Tuscan thing. I thought that was quite interesting. But
I think what was more interesting than that is how he was in the stomach of the Sarlacc for years and years and years, and yet somehow managed to come out fatter than when he went in.
Yeah. True. That's true. Lack has a theory that Luthen from Andor is the Scarlet Pimpernel of Star Wars, and he ends up fighting the Emperor and Vader at the same time. I reckon there's something about him. I reckon he must have. I reckon there's something about him that we don't know. He seems a bit suspicious.
There's definitely something suspicious about him. But I have to say, until the storyline picks up, I couldn't really care less about him.
Dino's dropped a super chat. Thank you very much, Dino, for the super chat. He wants a video called Monkey Poo. I'm really sorry, Nez. I'm sorry about this. They just love it. They want their Monkey Poo, so I've got to give him Monkey Poo.
Okay.
So, yeah, here's Monkey Poo coming up. Thank you so much, Dino. There's the Monkey Poo acolytes out there. They're obsessed. So here's Monkey Poo.
I'm scratching myself. What? Oh my god, he's doing it again. He's just smiling. Oh, he just did it He's eating it.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. They're obsessed with it. So obsessed. Obsessed.
Much more interesting than all 95 episodes of Andor.
Right. Now then, Nez, what made you start your own YouTube channel? The Beers and Banter show. I used to watch that, and I very much liked it. You had a different spin on how to show your Star Wars collection. Why did you start the channel? Did you hear about all the orgies I was having on mine and want a piece of the action?
I did hear about all those orgies. No, the origin is a lot less interesting than that, actually. I don't know, Dunny, who was the other guy on Beer Toys and Banter. He is the co-organizer of the Star Wars Fan Fun Day with me up in the northwest. And we both like Star Wars, we both like collecting, and we both like beer.
Yeah.
And he really wanted to do this YouTube thing, and I was kind of like, well, you know, that's for the kids. And he said, no, let's do a thing where you know, we have a beer and talk about the beer. Yeah. And then, you know, we'll talk about some toys and Star Wars stuff and all that good stuff. And as soon as he said the bit about let's drink beer and talk about beer, I thought, okay, then I'm in.
You're in. I'm in.
And also, it was a really fun thing to do through lockdown.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, even down to the things where we did it remotely. He did it from his house and I did it from mine. And then when you were allowed to have people in your garden, but you had to sit, you know, a meter away from them and all that stuff. So we did all that, and it was a lot of fun doing it, and we got to drink some great beers and you know, discuss some great toys. But all good things come to an end, and Paul became Dunny, as you know him from that thing, became very busy with his business, Elite Signatures. You know, doing private signings and assignments at shows and all that kind of thing. He was very, very busy. I had met a guy at my art class who had asked me to illustrate his graphic novel that he's written. So I started that, and we just decided, you know, that was that. So we just stopped doing it. Excuse me.
Scott says, new episodes of Beer, Toys and Banter when?
Well, it's an interesting question. We have thought about my preferred place is TikTok.
Yeah, and I've put a question here because you've grown a really good audience over there on TikTok.
Yeah, I prefer TikTok. Dunny has an Elite Signatures YouTube channel where he talks about his business and what private signings he's got coming up or which ones he's done, or he talk about, you know, how to spot a fake or autograph against, you know, whatever. And so we have discussed it. You know, we speak a lot about a lot of different things, and this has come up, and we kind of wondered whether we could make it suit the TikTok format. It'd be quite, I'm not sure. I think we would probably need a studio setup so that you know, where you've got it portrait like you see now, Dunny could easily, you know, be sat here next to me. But in TikTok, where it's portrait style, to be sat together would be very narrow, or one would have to stand behind the other, or you have a studio thing where you can cut from one to the other. We're thinking about it. I went a long way around to say we're thinking about it.
Well, good. Well, I am following you on your shorts, and I really like them. I put my shorts on TikTok and on YouTube. But you've grown a really good audience over there, and I put the link to your channel in the description. There's actually the link
you
to
very
the
much.
Beers, Toys, and Banter channel, and there's also the link to the TikTok. And you should follow Nez because there it is. It's NEZFLIX 3000 over on TikTok, and you've got one hell of a collection. So I think we should start talking about some toys and some collections because you've got some great stuff. And when you go for your collection, what do you like to collect, Nez? What kind of lines do you collect? Is it are you specific about a vintage collection or anything like that, or is it anything goes?
For years and years, for many years, if it had Star Wars written on it, I would buy it.
Yeah.
And then you realise when you've been collecting for 40 plus years, as it was at the time.
Yeah.
I've got just so much stuff, and I shoved it all up in the loft. Which, if anybody's got stuff in the loft, get it out of there. It's the worst place ever to store. And this room that I'm in now was originally the garage. And then for many years, it was my son's room. My son had guitars and drums and stuff like that in here. And I was kind of sat, I'd like to say patiently, but I wasn't that patient, for him to leave home. And eventually when he did, I thought, right, I'll start this, I'll put everything on display. I had a small display upstairs in what is now my wife's office. And so I started getting everything out of the loft. I had just so much stuff. These great big 18-inch figures from Jack's Pacific, 33-inch figures, all this kind of thing. Lots of 12-inch figures. And also play sets is my thing. I really love play sets. So I've been buying vintage figures at toy fairs, Comic Cons, car boot sales, whatever. And I had loads of them. And when I got them all, because I wanted to populate all the play sets, and when I got everything down, I was like, right, well, that's not going to fit in this room, and that's not going to fit in this room, and that's not. And I sold all the excess stuff. And with that money, I bought all the cabinets in the entire room, the lighting system, sound system, the alarm system, the cameras, because it's on the ground floor, so the insurance company had a dicky fit. So the collection paid for its own housing, is what I'm trying to tell you. So to answer your question, I went from collecting literally anything, and now I focus on 3.75. That's what I've collected all along. That's where it started. But I do have Black Series 6-inch figures. I started buying them when they launched the range with the Boba Fett special at Celebration Essen, and I kept them all in the boxes, which is very unlike me because I'm an opener.
I was going to say, you're an outie.
Yeah, deal with it, mint on corders. I'm an opener, but I did keep them all, and the idea was I was going to get like one cabinet, pick out the best of them, put them in this cabinet, and then flog the rest. But when I started to open them, I was like, these are incredible. Yeah. These are beautiful. And so I now collect 3 3/4 inch, which I refuse to refer to as the vintage collection. Because how can Ahsoka be in the vintage collection? How can the Acolyte be in the vintage collection?
True.
I have a love-hate relationship with Hasbro.
Yeah.
But yes, I collect 3 3/4 and 6-inch.
If you worked for Hasbro and you could release any playset or vehicle that hasn't been released, is there something that you would pick?
I would like one either Kylo Ren's shuttle from The Force Awakens, or the First Order landers from Force Awakens. I think they're pretty cool because you could display that lovely with like all the First Order troopers inside it.
Yeah, that's very good. Very nice. Very nice. Gilly, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm not ignoring you. I really appreciate it. I'll come back to it in a second. Let us know what video you want in the chat, and we'll play it at the end. Thank you, Gilly. Love you, brother. What's the weirdest thing in your collection, Nez? Everyone's got weird stuff. What's your weird thing?
Weird. Do I have anything weird? I mean,
I bet you've got that. I bet you've got that Jar Jar ball thing. What them Tasley ball things? I bet you've got the Jar Jar tongue, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've got that. Yeah, I have got that. Just quickly, I did a TikTok on that. If you look it up, it's on the page. Where I actually showed because I keep loads of rubbish, and I've got the crisp packets. Remember the crisp packets where you send away, and it says win 1 of 5 million. 5 million. That's got to be an error, hasn't it? There can't be 5 million of those things out there.
I bet there is.
5 million. Win 1 of 5 million sticky tongue Jar Jars. Weird items. Okay. I bought the Jack in a Box from one of the celebrations. I think it was Anaheim, the first Anaheim, where you wind up the Jack in a Box and the is it called it Exegorth? The space plug pops out with the Falcon in it. That's pretty weird, I suppose. I have a Funko Pop of me, which Dunny bought it for me because he knows I hate Funko Pops. So he played to my ego and got one done of me, where I've got the Star Wars Fan Fun Day T-shirt on and all that, and thought, well, there you go. You will put one in your collection now because it's you.
That's awesome, Mr. Nez. I think we're going to be slightly over the 1 hour. Have you got time for another 10 minutes on top of the hour, or you got to go after the hour? We do an extra 10.
Yeah, sorry, it's me yakking on.
No, I like it. It's good. It's good. I'm really curious in your answers you give. So I want to go longer if I can with you, if that's all right.
Yeah.
So, what do you do? What do you do with your boxes, Nez? When you chuck them out, do you keep them or do you chuck them?
Bin them. I do have some in the loft. Some of the bigger ships and things. I've put them in the loft, but they're probably ruined now because they're in the loft. But things like cards or Black Series boxes, I just chuck them in the bin.
What do you think of the HasLabs, Nez? Have you gone in on the HasLabs?
Yes, I've got all of them. The Katana is still the best one. I regret backing the Ghost because it's just massive. And I definitely regret with a passion backing the Cantina, and I will probably sell it. Not to make a profit. That's not me. I'll sell it for what I paid for it, or less if necessary. I just thought, I've got all the others, so I should back this. I haven't got anywhere to put it.
No. Yeah, that's a problem. It is a problem. I'm with you. Is there a HasLab you'd like to see, Nez?
I would really, really like to see, and I don't think they could do one in scale, but they could certainly do one bigger. I would love to see a Tantive.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people want the Sandcrawler. We have had a couple of Sandcrawlers, but not to everyone's liking yet.
Yeah, I get that. I've got the one of the not the one of the things that I would like for my vintage collection that I don't have is a radio-controlled sandcrawler. I've got the trilogy
Disney one.
the latest version, and I've
Yeah.
got the Disney Droid Factory
Yeah.
one, which is huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not a bad shout. And I would like, before I shuffle off this mortal coil, I would love them to do an X-Wing in scale with the Black Series.
Oh, that would be huge. They did do that one X-Wing, large X-Wing, didn't they? That it was a bit of the cheaper like plasticky one, but it was much bigger in scale. Do you remember that one I'm on about?
Yeah, the one that you can't put figures in.
No, exactly. Yeah. It's probably around that size, though, isn't it? It's probably about the right size, I would have thought.
I think it would be bigger than that.
Yeah, could be. GeForce only wanted the Tonica sisters from the Cantina.
Yeah, I get that. And I don't know why they haven't done them before.
Yeah.
There are some glaring omissions for me. There's the Tonica sisters. There's Cliegg Laws in his Hoviture. He's quite a pivotal character in the saga. Why is there no figure of Cliegg Laws? Just on a pervy basis, I'd like Hermione Bagua, the human waitress from Dex's Diner.
Yeah. I would like a KoWaKiaN ape lizard. Do you remember them from Resistance? Yeah, they had them in Resistance. Do you remember?
Do I? I don't think I do. I kind of watched that and felt like I ought to watch it, but I kind of skimmed through it, looking at my phone and stuff like that instead of actually paying attention.
Understandable. Now, Gilly, one of our members of the army here, has dropped a super chat. So thank you very so much to Gilly, and he's asked for beach volleyball. So we've got to give him some beach volleyball.
Thanks for the super chat. Super chat.
Perfectly good sport, isn't it? Beach volleyball. Perfectly good sport.
Yeah, very acceptable.
Yeah. Right. Are we talking about toy grails? Is there a toy grail? Something that's been released that you haven't got? That you're like, oh, I've got to have it.
It's probably that vintage radio controlled sandcrawler.
Oh, I bet Dino's got that. Have you got that, Dino? I bet he's got that. I bet Dino's got that. Yeah, that's a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, if anyone's got one at the right price, message me.
Well, if you could work for Hasbro, what changes would you make?
Well, the first thing is I would listen to the fans.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to go to the event at Star Action Figures and meet with the product manager for the Star Wars line. He also manages Marvel, and got involved with the group chat there with him. And he made a very good point, and because everybody was going, what about this? Why is there no Tonica sisters? What about this? Why have you not made this figure? And he said, just stop. Right, I'm going to go round the room. Tell me the figure you want me to make. And he went round, I don't know how many of us there were, 40, I'll say. And everybody came out with a different answer. And he said, there you go, that's my issue.
That's the problem, yeah.
And then, of course, you've got the fact that, whilst I've been in the game 40 odd years, and I've got plenty of Lukes, thanks very much, There are new people coming into the collecting who want Luke Skywalker and who want Darth Vader, the ones that we've got, you know, shelves full of.
Yeah.
And so I get all that, but I just feel sometimes that they don't listen to us, the fans.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of them making use of the same mold. You know, how many more Mandalorians are they going to do? Mandalorian Judge, Mandalorian Warrior, Mandalorian Baker, Mandalorian Vicar. You know,
Yeah.
how many more Mandalorians can you do? And Boba Fett
Yeah.
from this comic, Boba Fett from that comic, Boba Fett this, Boba Fett that. And if we keep on buying them, I don't, by the way, but if we keep on buying them, they're going to keep on thinking that's what we want.
Yeah. True.
And they've got to stop this thing where they keep using the same molds to try and make different figures. And releasing figures that have been out before. You know, you can imagine that the current incumbent at Hasbro watching a new episode of, you know, whatever it is, Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
And a reuse walks past. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. We've got that. We can release that in a Skeleton Crew box.
Yeah.
And it's like, stop it! Look at all these brilliant characters. You know, where is Max von Sydow's character from the Force Awakens? Loa Santeca. Where is the Loa Santeca figure in any scale?
What happened to Law Santeca as well? Yeah, I thought, what happened to him? Yeah, Law Santeca. Thought that was going to be something more than it was, that Law Santeca. He's great, Max von Sydow. He's good, he is, yeah. Yeah, we haven't had him. Where's him? We want him.
You know, and there are lots of figures that, for me, the amount of figures from the Rise of Skywalker, whatever you think of it, love, hate, or, you know, being different to, where are all the figures? Where's Claude? Where's Allegiant General Pride? Where's all these new alien rebels? And you know, I don't know. I don't know what. And yet they bring out some person that's been in the background, walk past in the background in some Xbox game or whatever. I just don't get Hasbro at times.
No.
And I say this a lot on my TikToks. When they get it right, they really get it right. Some of their stuff that they turn out is incredible.
Yeah. I agree. Dino says he has got the radio-controlled Sandcrawler. He paid $40 about 15 years ago.
Wow.
And they are selling one in his local store, but I think you've got to go to New England in America to get that. So that might be a bit of a trek.
It would be a bit of a trek, yeah.
But
it's not out of the question.
Oh yeah, there you go. Well, he's very good. Now, do you collect other stuff other than the toys, like video games or comics or books or any other stuff like that? But please, Nez, don't go. No sexy time stuff, because that doesn't count as a given.
Oh, okay. Well, that aside, then, yes, I do collect the comics. I have the same love affair with Marvel that I do with Hasbro. Some of the stuff that turn out is absolute tosh, and some of it is incredible. The Darth Vader run, well, both runs, the first run from 1 to 25 and the second volume from 1 to 50 were fantastic. But some of the stuff that they turn out is rubbish.
Very good. That Vader Down. That was one of them new. That was a new Vader series, wasn't it? Vader Down.
Vader Down was good, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
I always say that I don't collect autographs, but I've got loads of them. The guests at the Fan Fun Day are kind enough to give them to me. Paul, when he does a private signing, is kind enough to gift them to me and stuff like that. I don't go out of my way to collect them, but it is very nice. And our downstairs loo in the house is just covered with framed instruments.
That's awesome. That's good. That's very good. Now, you have picked something out to show us, but can we, forgetting about that for a second, other than that, not including that one, if you had to grab 3 items to save from your collection because a group of mercenary alien sex addicts were going to raid your house and they wanted to probe you, what 3 things would you grab and why?
Cardboard Death Star.
Oh, the Palatine Death Star.
It's just so bad. It's great.
Yeah.
That would be one.
Yeah.
I would probably grab. I'm lucky enough to own the call sheet for the day that they did the cantina scene.
Oh.
So I would grab that because that's just beautiful.
What chip?
I don't know, a third one. I don't know. Maybe the sail barge. I just think it's probably the best toy that's ever been made.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pete collects autographs as well. He goes to all the premieres and everything. There's old Pete. Yeah, he's got a good collection. Very good. Very good collection. Chip. Good to see you, Chip. Good to see you, Chip. Right. Right. Final question before the next section. If we were trapped on a deserted island, you, me, and that supermodel Helena Christensen, what 3 things would you take and why? Don't forget, I'm there with Helena Christensen, so, you know.
I'd take my phone so I could continue to do some TikToks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And probably use it to call for help.
Yeah.
I was about to say The Last Jedi, but if there isn't a Blu-ray player or a 4K player, it's a bit pointless. Some Greek food.
Okay, yeah, Greek food. Oh, yeah, quite, yeah.
And probably some beer.
That's great, yeah. And you could leave me and Helena. You know, wouldn't hassle you. We could just go over and, you know, get on with what we want to do. And
yeah, and I could just eat some food, have a beer,
yeah,
make some TikToks.
Everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. We're onto it. Right, are you ready for the next section? You survived the first section. All right, Bob. Next section, please. Next section coming up.
Show us and tell us. Don't show your jiggly bits. Show us and tell us. But don't show your jiggly bits. Show us and tell us. Don't show your jiggly bits. Show us and tell us. But don't show your jiggly bits. Show us, tell us. But don't show your jiggly bits. Show us, tell us. But don't show your jiggly bits.
All right then. So we're gonna get to see something nice in your collection now. So
You are.
Yeah.
I hope the camera can pick this up.
Yeah.
This is a genuine piece of the sale from the katana, from the actual prop in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Look at that.
It's in a frame, as you can see, with a little plaque.
How did you get that then? How did you get that, Des?
A very good friend of mine who knows a lot of people from ILM.
Oh.
Gifted it to me. You know, with provenance, and he gave me that as a gift. When he came over to the UK last year to stay with us, we have themed spare rooms. All the kids have left home, so we have plenty of spare rooms. And one of the rooms is an Indiana Jones themed room.
Oh,
And when he had stayed with us, for a few days, when he was leaving, he said, "I've got something that I would like to send you to put in your Indiana Jones room." And I said, "You don't need to gift me anything. You really don't." 2 weeks after he had got back to the States, this poster tube arrived, and it's a Raiders of the Lost Ark poster signed by George Lucas.
what?
Yeah, I messaged straight. I was like, how can I even begin to thank you? I have no idea how to thank you for it. And he just said, the fact that you absolutely love it, and that I know you'll get it framed and put it in the indie room, is enough for me.
Yeah, that's amazing. Palps said, "I bet your indie room is full of whips and large rolling balls."
There is a whip in there. There are no large rolling balls, unfortunately.
People are liking the George Lucas. Yeah, that's awesome. That's amazing, Nez. I bet you are. Do you know that's your sail barge material? Do you have that next to your katana?
Oh, no, unfortunately, like most collectors, I'm running out of space.
Yeah.
And there isn't very much room. If I pick this up and turn it round, you'll kind of get the idea.
I'll put you on big screen. Hold on. Oh, look at that room! Yeah.
There isn't much room on the top of the unit there.
Yeah.
Next to the katana to put anything.
Oh, look at the ceiling! Look at the ceiling! Look at that! Yeah. Have you ever done a room tour video, Nez? Is there a room tour video anywhere on the internet?
There's an older one, which is one of the pinned videos on my TikTok page.
Yeah.
That it is an older one because it was before I got the life-size Jar Jar, and my son has a Boba Fett costume, which was on a mannequin, which in the space that's now occupied by Jar Jar. So it's an older video, but yeah, it's one of the pinned videos on my TikTok page, the full room tour, and as each kind of month goes by, I do tours of sections, or one cabinet, or maybe just the clones, or whatever.
Yeah. So go and check out Nez over on TikTok. That's awesome. Right, Nez, we've got one final section and then we're done. So I can't let you go without this final section. All right. So are you up for the final section?
Absolutely.
Bob, final section.
Star Wars roleplay. Star Wars roleplay. I play, you play. Star Wars roleplay. Star Wars roleplay. Star Wars roleplay.
Right, in this section, it's called Star Wars Roleplay. You, as my special guest, get to pick any scene from any of the episodes or shows from the hit documentary series Star Wars. When you have picked your scene, you and I will select characters from said scene. Then, using the medium of physical theatre, we will reenact the scene. However, Mr. Nez, we don't like the script. I'm sorry, George, we don't like it. We're going to scrap the script and we're going to make it up the way we want it to be.
Crikey. Well, I was going to say, I really like the the bit where Anakin confronts Padme and then Obi-Wan comes down from the royal yacht.
Yeah, that's a common one. That people like that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not. Well, you've said we don't need to stick to the script, but I'm not sure I could remember the monologue anyway.
That's perfect. Then that's perfect. So who you want to be? Which character do you want to be of the three?
Obi-Wan, I think.
Right, I'm going to be Anakin then. So the fact that we don't know the script don't matter because we're going to make it up. So Obi-Wan, I see you there standing in the ship with your hands on your hips, looking all weird. What have you been doing to my special lady friend? I know you had eyes on her.
I definitely did have eyes on it, and wouldn't you like to know what I've been doing to her?
But you can't because that's my girlfriend, and I'm turning to the dark side. And because you did rude stuff to her, I'm gonna go all siffy on you, and I'm gonna get red eyes, and I'm gonna do horrible stuff to you.
Was your girlfriend Anakin?
Obi-Wan, you dirty scumbag! I knew it. You were doing stuff to Padme. I knew it. And you did stuff to that Duchess Satine as well, didn't you, you dirty man?
Listen, I've never touched her.
You don't won't work on me. I'm a Sith. I'm a Sith. So Yoda warned me.
I've never touched her.
No, I hate you. I hate you. Now, just because you've got the high ground, don't think that you're better than me.
I'm a lot better than you, Anakin.
God damn it.
And I'm a lot better actor than you are.
Headseed. Very good. Excellent scene. Right, who wins the Oscar this week? Does it go to Salacious's weird and balmy performance of Anakin, or to Nez's better Obi-Wan performance? Oh, hold on. Pervy one Kenobi, G4 says. That's good. Zombie thinks you get the Oscar. So
thank you very much, Zombie. I appreciate it.
Well, you might go. I'll let you have it. Nez. I'll let you have it. Right, we've come to the end of the show. How's it been for you?
I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been a real joy and a good laugh and a lot of fun.
I honestly could talk to you for hours, Nez, because you're very knowledgeable in Star Wars and you're very positive about Star Wars, which I really like. And I like all your toys. You've got an amazing collection. You've been a great guest, so thank you very much for coming on my show.
Thank you for inviting me. I've loved every minute of it.
It was really nice to meet you properly, so I really appreciate it. And please go and follow Nez over on Netflix. Go and follow Nez over on TikTok. The link's in the description. Anything you want to say to the army before we head off, Nez?
Keep enjoying Star Wars. I hope you follow me on TikTok and enjoy the videos there. And I hope to see some of you at a celebration soon.
Yeah. Next Monday, we've got Action Pop Dad and Monkey Boys Toys coming on, so come and hang out with us. And don't forget, we build models on Top Gun Model School live every Saturday at 1 p.m. UK time, 8 a.m. Eastern. And Bob's attempted to build the X-Wing this week, so it could go horribly wrong. So, and don't forget, we build Lego every Sunday as well. Come and join us if you want to come and build Lego with us every 3 p.m. UK time. Every Sunday.
If I could say one thing that I have actually forgot to mention, and that's the Star Wars Fan Fun Day. If you've never been before, please think about coming to the Fan Fun Day. The website is www.swffd.co.uk. Star Wars Fan Fun Day, the initials. It raises thousands and thousands of pounds for East Lancashire Hospice. And I know it can be a bit of a journey for a lot of people, but we literally have people who come to that show every year from the States, from Australia, from Sweden, from Denmark, Scotland, Ireland, and obviously, you know, down south, London and beyond. It's a fantastic show for fans. That's where you can get your tickets.
We'll put the link in the description after the end of the show. Is it one day, Nez? Is it one evening or one day, or how?
It's a 1 day, but it's kind of a 2 day. So the event is on the 4th of May this year, but on the 3rd of May there's an event called the Dinner with the Star Wars Stars that we've been doing for the last 16 years. So you can actually pay and get a ticket to have dinner, and there will be a Star Wars actor or performer sat at your table.
Oh, awesome. That's amazing. Yeah. All right, well, we'll put that link in. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely.
Sorry for
Star Wars.
hijacking, and thanks for letting me plug that.
No. Yeah, no, I really want you to. Yeah, Star Wars Fun Day. The Star Wars Fun Day.
Star Wars Fan Fun Day.
We'll put the link.
Again, it's www.swffd.co.uk.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for telling us about that. That's amazing. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we'll check that out definitely. Oh, this has been a good show this week. Thanks everyone for joining us. You guys are awesome. You are the Monkey Lizard Army. Thank you ever so much. Please smash the like button. Leave us a friendly comment. Go and follow Nez over on TikTok and subscribe to the channel. Use the hashtag MLA Monkey Lizard Army and turn on those notifications. And most importantly, Nez, monkey lizards are for life, not for spit roasting. Ain't that true? Never spit roast your monkey lizard.
Monkey lizards are not just for Christmas. There has to be some left for sandwiches on Boxing Day.
Yes! What the hell?
I'm Salacious Rum. Remember to make love, not war, because time does follow us. Yes, time does follow us. Yes, time does follow us. I'm a monkey lizard, I'm a monkey lizard, and I love to make love that warm. And this is Star Wars, but that ain't a proper war. It is a proper war in your dimension, yes, Salacious. I'm a monkey lizard, I'm a monkey lizard, and I love to make love that warm. And this is Star Wars, but that ain't a proper war. It is a proper war in your dimension, yes, Salacious. Don't forget what it takes to be a human being, but I'm not a human. I'm a monkey lizard. And don't forget, monkey lizards have been